Pursuing the American Dream and Entrepreneurs. That's a name that needs to be up there with Steve Jobs. John Johnson started something called Johnson Publishing, I don't know how many, 50 years ago. And there was a wave of African American entrepreneurs who all left the South coming north looking for a better life as part of that great migration of blacks leaving Jim Crow and the South and coming north. And when they got north, what they found out was they needed good services and products that nobody else would sell to them, right? A guy like John Johnson, there was no African American forms of communication, so he started a little news magazine, and that turned into another magazine. And then he learned that well, nobody would sell African Americans insurance, so he started an insurance company, right? And some other guys found out that, whoa, well, nobody will sell me this. But a guy like Ed Gardner and Betty Jean Gardner, they started a health company, beauty products, Soft Sheen, which they ultimately sold for a couple $100 million, right? So this whole idea of what can be done in pursuing the American dream, and to be here in Chicago. When I came to Chicago from New York, I was coming to Timbuktu. This wasn't just kind of like, okay, I'm just going to move to Chicago. No, I was coming because I knew that a very substantial number of African Americans who had created real wealth in this country, they did it in Chicago just because they took advantage of and created markets. They were entrepreneurs. They were not black entrepreneurs. They were just entrepreneurs, period. So maybe that's a long-winded answer, but you got that.
I get it. Well, how did you get involved with AgilityIs? I know that you know, from your own story, that you've had to be very creative, and how you even, I guess, got into business as far as when you were doing the stock brokerage firms in San Francisco and also. Now that your business is established and you're pretty much, like say, known to the public and known to other businesses that are willing to, I guess, cooperate as far as any kind of business that you might be interested in collaborating with them on. How would you say that you use this agility to establish that connection with other firms?
Well, one of the things that I can say to that simply is a lot of people look at me and say, and I say the same thing to them, if I can do this, you can do that. This has been done before. And owning a small business and working for yourself requires agility. There are many times when you have got to be able to do it all and do it all by yourself when necessary. It's not the best way, it's not the preferred way, but sometimes it is what it is. And I'll take it a step further and say, honestly, I don't know if anyone that works for you will ever love and care about your business as much as you do.
It's true.
It's true. At some point, this is not my job. This is who I am. This is what I do.
Right.
Right? This is my baby.
That's true.
Right? That other guy's going to punch that clock at 5 o'clock and he's going home. Right? And I'll be honest with you, take it a step further in that regard. This whole idea of being an entrepreneur, you are not an entrepreneur until you've had to make payroll out of your own pocket.
Right.
Right? And everybody get paid but you.
That's true. You don't get paid for a long time.
But what your payment is, you get to come in the next day and turn that key.
That's true.
And open that door. And hit that light switch and the lights come on and you're still in the game. So that's a whole different mindset. So in this idea of being able, in a position to partner with an AT&T to help small business people and entrepreneurs, to empower them that this can be done at this critical time in all of our lives, it's a big deal.
Definitely. So, when you were selecting these finalists that are going to be revealed today, you're part of a panel, a
Absolutely.
judging panel.
Absolutely.
What were you looking for? I know